If you're thinking about buying a new home anytime soon, there are some massive changes coming to mortgage rules in Canada that you need to know about. Under the new rules, you're going to be able to put less money down, and you may even have the possibility of stretching out your amortization period even longer. But will these new rule changes make it easier to buy a home? Or will they lead to homes becoming even more unaffordable and cost you more money in the long run? In this video, we'll dive into what's changing with mortgage rules in Canada, how it could benefit you, and what some of the hidden costs could be. In this episode of Buyers Beware, we're going to dive into some massive rule changes for mortgages in Canada and how they could help you get into your next home, but also what some of the hidden costs might be and some of the things that you need to look out for. The first major rule change is to the amortization period, and all first-time buyers are now going to be able to get a 30-year amortization, up from 25 years if they qualify, and anyone buying a brand new construction home will also qualify for up to a 30-year amortization. And when it comes to down payments, under the new rules, buyers who qualify will be able to put down significantly less on homes priced up to $1.5 million. We are talking about tens of thousands of dollars less. But before we get into how much less, I'm Tyrell Boake, a realtor in Kelowna, and on this channel, I help you navigate the real estate market and provide you with useful information so you can make informed decisions that make sense for you. If you get any value out of this type of content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons so that you don't miss out on future videos and so that other people like you can see this video too. And whenever you're ready and you'd like to book a call with me, hit the first link down in the description where you can book a call at a time that works best for you. As of December 15th, 2024, the minimum amount of money you need to put down to qualify for a mortgage in Canada is changing. Under the existing rule, you needed to put down 5% minimum if you qualify, up to $500,000, and 10% on the balance from $500,000 up to $1 million, depending on what your purchase price was. Anything over $1 million in the purchase price, you were required to put down a minimum of 20%. But under the new federal rules, the threshold for the 20% minimum down payment is being extended from $1 million up to $1.5 million. You will still be required to put down 5% on the first $500,000 and 10% on the balance between $500,000 up to $1.5 million, but this will lead to significantly lower minimum down payment requirements if you qualify. Let me show you what I mean. Under the new minimum down payment rules for homes priced over $1 million in Canada, on a purchase price of $1 million, you will be required to put down a minimum of $75,000. On a purchase price of $1.1 million would be $85,000, $1.2 million is $95,000, all the way up to $1.49999 million on your purchase price would require a down payment of a minimum of $125,000. If we take a look at that purchase price that was $1 million, under the new rules that come into effect December 15th, 2024, your new minimum down payment would be $75,000. Let's compare this to the minimum down payment under the old program, which was 20%, and you can see that it's a difference of $125,000. And if we go up to, say, a purchase price of $1.3 million, the minimum down payment under the new program is $105,000 if you qualify, compared to $260,000 under the old program, which is a difference of $155,000. On the surface, this looks like a great program because it's going to open the door up to a lot of people who perhaps had the budget for a higher monthly payment or the budget to purchase a more expensive home, but they just didn't have the ability to save that 20% minimum down payment that was required. This is going to be great news for homeowners that are existing homeowners who are looking to upsize to a larger home and perhaps couldn't look over that $1 million threshold before. Existing homeowners who are looking to upsize from their current home are going to be in a better position. But is this a good thing? It could end up costing you more money in the long run. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take as an example a $1.1 million purchase price. Under the old program, you were required to put down $220,000, which was the 20% minimum down payment, and now under the new program, if you qualify, you can put down as little as $85,000. That's a difference of $135,000 for your initial down payment. Let's calculate what a mortgage would be under the new program. We're going to assume a 25-year amortization period with a 4.5% annual interest rate and a mortgage term of 5 years. Under the new program, a $1.1 million purchase price would require you to take out a mortgage of $1,015,000. Under the new program, you're going to have a monthly payment of roughly $5,600, and over the first 5 years of the term, you're going to pay $213,000 and change just in interest. Contrast that to the old program where you were required to put down that 20%, assuming the same interest rate, amortization period, and term. Your payments are going to be $4,800 a month, or just under $4,900, and you're going to pay a total of $184,000 and change in interest. And if we compare the two over the first 5 years, you can see that with the minimum down payment, you're going to pay $213,000 in interest, and under the old program with 20% down, you're going to pay $184,000, $185,000 in interest. This amounts to a difference of $28,000 in more interest costs in the first 5 years of your mortgage. And if we take that out over the full 25-year amortization period of this mortgage, assuming you don't make any extra payments or the interest rate doesn't change, it's a difference of $89,000 just in interest on the purchase of this home by putting down less of a down payment. And let's take this example one step further and say that you're a first-time buyer and you qualify for a 30-year amortization as opposed to the 25-year amortization. Just in the first 5 years of your mortgage, you're going to pay $28,000 more interest than you would if you put more than the minimum down payment down, and over the full 30 years, it's going to cost you an additional $110,000 just in interest. As you can see, the interest costs are a lot more if you just put down the minimum down payment and you don't make any extra payments along the way. Add to that, when you put down the minimum down payment, your mortgage payments monthly are significantly higher, and that's going to make this whole concept unaffordable to a lot of buyers. And the other factor that we need to consider is, what is this going to do to home prices? After doing a quick search online, we can see that a lot of the headlines are saying that homes are set to become pricier in Canada next year, the new mortgage rules are set to spur market recovery, but impact may be short-lived, and Canadian housing market set to pick up pace in 2025. If we start with this first article, homes are set to become pricier in Canada next year. RE/MAX Canada published its Canadian housing market outlook for 2025 recently, and the real estate organization's experts are forecasting a seller's market for next year, with the national average residential price likely to increase by 5%. And if we take a look at this recent article from Real Estate Magazine, new mortgage rules set to spur market recovery, but impact may be short-lived. Housing industry experts agree that new mortgage rules taking effect on December 15, 2024 will have a positive impact on the road to recovery for the Canadian housing market. However, their effectiveness will likely be short-lived. These changes are expected to fuel some activity. These two changes offer somewhat of a catch-22 though. While they help more first-time buyers enter the market, the resulting demand will likely drive prices higher, reducing affordability once again. There's no silver bullet solution to help boost the Canadian real estate market, according to Karen Yalewski, the COO of Royal LePage Real Estate Services. Any new rules that help first-time buyers are welcome, but they won't fix the underlying issues of affordability and supply. In the short term, these rule changes are certainly going to make it easier for some buyers to get into the market, and there's definitely a window of opportunity for some buyers to get out there and purchase their next home before more buyers come into the market and prices start to go up again. In the long run, this is going to cost buyers more though in increased interest costs and increasing prices. This segment of the market, between let's say $800,000 and $1.2 or $1.3 million, is already one of the busiest segments of the market, especially in my market of Kelowna. And introducing more buyers into this already busy market is going to increase demand and eventually lead to increased prices. But I'd like to know what you think, so let me know down in the comments down below. And if you'd like to learn more about the mortgage changes in Canada, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.